The 8th of
Okay,
July, Rabbi Furst, Havos Halavovos.
okay, fine, very good. Again, this is Rabbi Shlomo First. Is who mentioned here in Yeshiva Tzemach Yerushalayim Kirzum. This is our first year this morning. We're learning Sefer Havos Halavovos Shar Heshbon Hanefesh. We're currently in the 17th of the 30 spiritual countings a person should take with himself on a regular basis. Okay, let's just review from the beginning. 17. Cheshbon Adamim Nashvo al Erech Zman Amdu Ba'on. Person should take um, an account with himself and think about, look, he's been in this world for Baruch Hashem a good long time. Let's think about that a little bit more deeply. Go ahead. Who would like to read?
I would, but I'm not sure where I'm reading. It says Vashisha Asar.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Vashisha Asar, Heshbon Hadam Ima Nafsho Al Orecha Zaman Ar Amdu Ba'olam. A person needs to take an accounting of himself for the length of time that he has been in this world.
Right. Meaning, you can make a corollary. The longer he's been in this world, the more of a accounting he should take with himself. Right? Makes sense. That the the longer you stay at the hotel, the bigger bill it's going to be. Right, Mayor?
That's correct.
Okay. So same thing in this world. This world's like a big hotel. So a person should start taking account of what's all the benefits he's been getting and the continuing. Baruch Hashem. Okay, let's continue on.
Ya'ala al libo kar vas kitzo uvo ha mos alav. And he should consider that he's close to the end, and death is coming.
Right. The hotel's not going to be open forever, right?
Be'es shehu ro'eh misa sha'ar ha'chayim peace mi midaber v'zulaso. At the time that he sees others dying,
Right. You should take a lesson. Meaning, it's not a fantasy, as much as we don't want to face it, but it's a reality. We all know that it's a reality. So you should take a lesson from what's happening to other people.
Something about what he can expect.
Well, that באש שהוא רואה מיסס אשר חיים פתאום מדבר זולוסו. Meaning, at the time when he sees, especially, he sees that death comes to other people who are living completely unexpectedly without any cause. Medaber zulasu, without any cause.
Without any cause. Okay. Mibli ha kadmas yedea v'davar v'lo remes v'lo moed
Yedua.
yodua.
Moed Yedua. Moed Yedua is like in a set date, no specific time.
Okay, so without what is hakadmas?
Kadmas Yedua, without any pre-warning, pre-knowledge, without any pre-knowledge.
Uh, and without even a hint of when of when it will happen.
Right, and without any set time.
Sheyehi
It used to be before Avram Avinu. Avram Avinu was the first person that died because of being elderly. Before Avram Avinu, if I'm not mistaken, Rashi brings this in Chumash that before Avram Avinu's time, people they would be going about their business, about their lives, without getting older, and they would sneeze, and with the sneeze, that would puncture. There's a very thin membrane between the nasal passage and the brain. So when they would sneeze, that sneeze would break the nasal passage and puncture the membrane to the brain, and that would cause them to die immediately on the spot. So people died in those days without forewarning, without pre-knowledge. That, by the way, I've been told I don't know, I've never done a real check, but in most cultures, most languages, when a person sneezes, right, the custom in almost all people's, all cultures and societies is to say some type of a blessing, right? We say Gesundheit, right? We say the Briyut, right? Because that was what happened when you were with the person and he sneezed. So that was his last moment in life. So you would give him a blesser on his exit from this world. So it was completely without foreknowledge, without any pre hint to what's going to happen to them. But because Baruch did a chesed, you have to understand that a little bit more deeply what exactly it was, and then going into it. But with Avram Avinu, he was the one that died because of being elderly, which was the first.
So sheyeh betoach mehaiso bo. Betoach is health.
So he's going to be secure that Shiabotech Bahiyosabo. Meaning, the person should realize that it comes upon him without any pre-knowledge or hint as to when it's going to be coming, or without any preset date. Therefore, he should, and in which case, if these things would be, then he would be able to be secure in his existence. But he has no right to be secure in his existence.
Einenu mis cave mevo bechol hadash he can't prevent it from coming.
Right. It doesn't like delay. It doesn't can't prevent. It doesn't delay. Doesn't delay from coming in any month of the months of the year. I mean, nothing's preventing it. Nothing's preventing it from coming in any particular month of the year.
And not in any particular day. Miyamos HaChadash, the month of his death. Below Bishah.
From any day, Miyamos, any day of the month. It can come during any month of the year. And it can come in any day of the month.
And at any hour of the day.
Right. Like, businesses, offices have office hours, right? Certain times they're open, certain times they're closed. That's not the way with this. It's open all the time.
Veinenu bo b'yamei hasakna.
Zikna, elderliness.
And it doesn't come in the days of his elderliness. Mi balade haishi shos. Shishos, is that 6?
Shishus is in the time when he's enfeebled. It doesn't necessarily happen when he's enfeebled.
V'ha v'charos v'ha na'aros v'haya ledos v'haya nekos. I don't know those words.
Bachoros is from a bachor. Nairus is from a naira. Yolodos is from a yelid. And Yinokos is from a tinuk. So it's not exclusive to teenagers or young girls or children or infants. It's not unique to them. They're not excluded either.
Af hu koreh es hachayim v'chol zman v'chol eis v'chol makom. Even it even occurs in his life.
No, it occurs to those who are alive at any time, in any moment, in any place.
Vayimshal bazeh, and a parable for this, Keilu Hamelech Hafkid Eitzel Pikadon. It's like a case where a king deposited a valuable item with someone. Velo katzov, and he's not set low for it. Zman lahish bato, to return, to be returned. Vitsoho sheyeh mitzafa lo b'chol ace. What's vitsohu?
That from the word tzivo, you commanded him.
He commanded him that he should, what is mitzpah?
He should expect it at any time, call ace.
He should expect it at any time. Kedei shelo yeled the makom achar.
Right, that he should be expected to have to repay it, return it at any time. And he told him this in order he shouldn't go to any other place, shouldn't leave the kingdom. He should be ready and available for the king to reclaim his object at any time he wants.
Kedei shelo yeled the makom acher. In order that he should not, what's yeled?
Yelech, he should not go.
He
Like
should not,
Lech Lecha, Lelech.
he should not go to another place. Mi yehei nimtza es sheyiv kadesho hamelech. And he should be found at the time of that he requested the king.
He should be found, he should be available at the time that the king requests it.
Or that the king requested from him.
Right.
Hayisachein the sod mimakom.
It's the sword, the sword.
The sore. Mimkom hamelech ba'od she hapikadon biado. Hayitachein the sore. He should leave the place.
Is it you're talking, is it possible that he should leave the place of the king while the Picadon is still in his hands? I'm not really tell you the truth. I'm not really sure what the muscle has to do. I don't understand the muscle fully. We're talking about the person has to take a spiritual accounting with himself about, look, it's not going to be on here forever. And he should realize that. So brings a muscle, it's like a king that had something he wanted to deposit by somebody else for safekeeping. And he said, be ready to return it at all times. So the main emphasis of what this muscle is supposed to do and say for us is that the person who's entrusted with something from the king and he's been told to be ready to return it any time, he can't leave that place. He can't leave that place. I'm not sure what that really has to do with what we're talking about. How does it fit in? How does it help us understand what we're talking about here? Any ideas? Obviously, we're talking about Hashem entrusts us with the neshama. He's given us the neshama. And the time will come when Hashem's gonna want the neshama back, right? So what does it have to do with about leaving, not being able to leave? I don't understand. How does that fit in with the he's trying to teach us? All right, look, I have to think about it.
I
Let's
can't think of
continue on.
I can't think of any reason.
Okay, like I said, I'll give it some thought. As I come up with any ideas, we'll talk about it. Let's continue on.
V'yesh she shemam shel b'mi sheyesh alav chov b'li zman kitzov v'hu mitzpah. The of the ba'alav b'chol ace. There is what is mimashal
Right,
from this
right. He's bringing another mushroom. He's bringing another analogy down.
another parable, another mushal, another parable to someone that there is for him an obligation of his heart.
No, he's not. Hov Blizman Kotzev. It's a mushal to someone who has a loan, and there's no set time for the payment of the loan.
Ah, the who mitzpah leva'alav b'chol ace, and he has to expect his creditor at any time.
Right.
V'lo tanuach nafsho, and there's no rest for his soul. Ad sheyif ra anu, until he repays. V'kasher yachshav ha'adam im nafsho al orcha ami daso v'olam. And
So
when he thinks Adam, the man with his soul for a long time, he stands in the world.
right. So when a person's going to make an accounting with himself about the length of time he's been existing in this world, the person should be thinking about this. A person should be thinking, well, it's I imagine I imagine it's possible you can probably figure out knowing your birthday and knowing what date it is now, you could probably figure out. Certainly could ask the computer, it'll tell you soon enough how many days you've been on this world, right? How many days? Ask the computer tell me how many days I've been in the world. I was born on this date, and today's this date, so it'll tell you within several seconds or less how many days you've been alive on this world, and it's good to keep track. Well, it's been, so and so and so and so, and it's good to keep track. Okay. So that's what he says. Kasher yakashon nasho al orach amidaso ba'olam. When a person's going to consider for himself the amount of time that he's been existing in this world, he's going to recall, right? Ki kahal mechaveroiv nasu el ha'olam ha'acher kodam mimenu. And he'll recall that he should remember that the group of people that have already left this world before him already, right? I mean, he thinks to himself, well, he's still Baruch Hashem up and around, and he should remember, right, that they're not everyone that was around before is still around. A lot of people are now no longer in this world. They've traveled on to the next world, right? Be'ez shehaisa tigvasam chazaka lechevres ha'olam. And even in these a lot of people have left, even when it was very strong, their their hope for continuing in the world, right? Not everyone leaves at a ripe old age. A lot of people leave in the prime and even before they reach their prime. Not everyone is able to live out their life. Low raw lanavsho yisroron. They didn't have any great. There was no advantage to them that they had. She's chayav lo acher mehem, meaning he should think about, well, there have been a lot of people that have passed on before him, and he's still around. So he has to think. Does he really have any great advantage over those people that left before him? Right? She's chayav lo this acher mehem. There's nothing particular. Lo ro'al nafsho yisron. He doesn't see in himself any advantage. She chayav lo the acher of mehem. He doesn't see in himself any particular advantage that he's obligated to be around here longer than them. V'yikser techoloso ba'olam v'yichol la'achrisa, that a person should never think that it's not possible that it could come to shorten his stay in this world, and it could now befall him his ultimate end. V'yachshav b'tzidasoi le'es nesiyosoi, and a person should therefore take into consideration tzidasoi, the needs, the supplies, which are going to be required for the time he travels, the time he journeys from this world. V'yachshev imnasho kodem yom ha'cheshbon. And he should really take all this into consideration with himself before it comes time for the eventual collection. I mean, he's going back a little bit to the previous mashal. He made a mashal about the person with the debt to pay, right? So he doesn't know exactly when he's going to be leaving. He doesn't know just as he doesn't know exactly when the debt's going to be have to be repaid. But he should take into consideration that this is an unknown factor, and he should prepare for it. So he said, "V'amar echad min hachachamim," and one of the wise people said, "Misha koidim hamaves lefonov." A person who is expecting this event to occur, Tikkun Atzmo, he should prepare himself. Well, Omer HaChacham said, the Chacham, this is probably a quote from Shlomo Melech, in maybe Koheles, or Mishlei, Leiv Chachamim Lebeis Avol. Yeah, this is, I think, in Koheles, if I'm not mistaken. Leiv Chachamim Lebeis Avol, the heart or the mind of the wise is in the base Avol, in the house of mourning. That's also that's part of the pasuk there. The part of the pasuk says it's better to go to a base Avol than to go to a wedding, right? When a person goes to a base of Avol, he gets a picture of the finality of a person's stay in this world, and he can prepare himself. When a person goes to a wedding, right, with all the great celebration and the wonderful things that a wedding is, but nevertheless, it takes a person's mind away from his real, true thoughts, which he should be involved with, in terms of his preparation for his eventual journey from this world. So that's what it says. That's what it says. Va'omer, toiv leleches el beis avol meleches beis mishta. Right? It's better to go to a house of mourning than it is to go to a wedding hall. Kasher hu soif kol olam, because that is the eventual end of all. V'achai teines libo, and he who is alive will put it to his heart. He'll pay attention to it. Interesting. V'chai, meaning a person, if you look at the pasuk, if a person is going to put this to his heart, he's going to be considered alive. Who's really considered alive? A person who realizes sof kol adam, he realizes what everyone has to eventually do, and will prepare for it, and then he's going to be considered alive, right? The one who is alive will place this upon his heart. He'll bear it in mind. That what is a sof kol adam, and a person realizes and thinks and considers and prepares the sof kol adam, what the eventual end for all people is, then he is considered alive. He is a person who is going to live, because he'll have a chaye olam haba. He'll be alive in the next world. Wrote Sloner, bechai. What does it mean? Bechai, he is alive. Misha belibochai, a person who has a live heart. His heart, or in this case, we say heart. In many cases, in Tanakh and in the in the Rishonim, libo means not simply heart, but it means the mind, the person's mind. Person's gonna have his mind is gonna be aware and alive. Koloimer, what does it mean? Hamavin, hamakir. He understands, the one who realizes this. Omer. And he says, Ha'adam lahevel dama. And he says a person is compared to hevel. Hevel is vapor, right? Simple vapor. It's euphorious. It's something which is not lasting, spurious, and of little content and mass. And he should realize that about himself too. And he should therefore take precautions and make preparations for his eventual journey to a better place. Okay, very good. So that'll bring us to 17. We'll start that tomorrow, Mitzvah Shem. All right, thank you all, Mitzvah Shem. Let's take a little break, and we'll start with the Mishnah Brewer in a few moments. Okay.
Hey, Yeshkaya,
Very good.
Rabbi.
Okay, see you soon.